Yo, the real comeback kings have done it again. Another day, another comeback, another Barca victory as we draw a step closer to the La Liga title this season, guys. So it's 7 points ahead of Real Madrid now, ahead of Madrid's game on Sunday against Celta Vigo at the Santiago Bernabeu. But right now, Barca have extended the gap to 7 points with a very, very important 2-1 win away at already relegated Real Valladolid. Of course, they have already been relegated, but they were fighting, they were playing for some pride, and they wanted to create a nervy atmosphere for Barca. They took a 6-minute lead, of course, but Barca, as they have done so many occasions this season, we were able to find yet another comeback, guys. I've lost count of how many times Barca has gone behind in a game, but somehow this Flick team, we know that this team doesn't give up, guys. They keep fighting, and once again, the team has proven just that. The team is remarkable. The mentality is incredible at Barca right now. Barca were able to come back from 1-0 down yet again. Another game that Barca fell behind. But somehow, Barca keeps getting the job done. And we have established our lead at the top of La Liga to 7 points ahead of Madrid's game on Sunday against Celta Vigo at the Bernabeu. So right now, the pressure has shifted to Madrid in this title race, guys. Barca tonight, it was a heavily rotated team. Of course, we knew that Flick was going to rotate his team because, mind you guys, remember, don't forget, we have a very, very important Champions League semi-final second leg on Tuesday against Inter at the San Siro, and we all know how difficult that game is going to be. So it was good to see that some players were able to get a rest tonight against Valladolid, and Barca were still able to get the job done. Looking at the lineup now, we saw Marc-andre Stegen back in goal for the very first time in 7 months. So after tearing his ACL, our German goalkeeper, the captain of the club, has been able to return to the pitch, and finally Hansi Flick gave him an opportunity in La Liga tonight against Valladolid. And Matt has a good game. He had a solid game, of course. Unfortunately, he considered the first effort that was on his goal, but of course you have to blame it largely down to the deflection from Araujo. So you can't really say Marc-andre Stegen was at fault for that goal. At right back, we saw that Hector Fort was given an opportunity. Of course, that was obvious because Koundé has been ruled out for the next 3 weeks. So of course we knew that there was always going to be rotation in that aspect. And at the center of the defense, we saw the return of the Christensen and Araujo partnership that was very, very formidable during the Xavi title winning season, with Gerard Martin retaining his place at left back, guys. We all hope that Balde will be back on Tuesday against Inter though, but Gerard Martin had a fine game tonight. He contributed with the assist for the winning goal to Fermin Lopez. So he had a good game tonight. He was even named the MVP of the game. I think that should be his first MVP as a professional player, but he played his part. He is a squad player. He is nothing more than a squad player, and that is what he did today. So we can't really fault his performance. But in midfield, we saw Pedri alongside Gavi and the double pivot, with Dani Rodriguez starting as the right winger from Barca B, guys. All the way from Barca Athletic, Hansi Flick had to include Dani Rodriguez just to afford Lamine Yamal a rest, and the kid had an impressive start to his Barca career. He had a very, very sparkling debut. But unfortunately, he sustained a shoulder injury during the first half, and he had to be replaced by Lamine Yamal, of course. So that was a bittersweet experience for the youngster, of course, because he had his debut tonight, but he couldn't have a happy ending because he ended up injured and had to be replaced by Lamine Yamal. But elsewhere, Fermin came in for Olmo in the number 10 role, and Ansu Fati, yet another start for him as the left winger, while Pau Victor was able to replace Ferran Torres up front. So it was pretty much a heavily rotated Barca team, because we knew that Valladolid, they have already been relegated, guys. They have already been relegated to the second division in Spain. So they are just like playing out the rest of the league season, so that they will complete their 38 games in the season. If not, they really don't have nothing to play for in La Liga, but yet they wanted to be a thorn in Barca's flesh, guys, because they took a 6-minute lead, and during the whole of the first half, it was Barca started very poorly, to be honest. We didn't really do well, and I think this is something that we have to worry about, our ability to start games on the front foot, because I think in the last few games now we have given our opponents the opportunity to score a goal against us, and it makes the rest of the game difficult for us because we now seem to be playing catch up, and this is not the best way to go, guys. We know that this team can come back from setbacks. This team can come back and make remontadas and all that because they've been doing it all season. But guys, man, they really need to have mercy on our nerves, bro. Like, it's nerve-wracking, bro. Like, the fact is, it's nerve-wracking and it's not something I really enjoy. But credit to the guys. I think the mentality this season has been top-notch. It doesn't matter how many times we have to do it, but it seems like whenever we go a goal behind, we always seem to find a way to come back, and it's credit to this team, guys. That's why we are still very much in the driving seat for this La Liga title, and we are still in a good chance of making the Champions League finals, because that game against Inter, like Flick said after that first leg at the Montjuic, it's going to be a final before the final. So Barca really needed to rest guys today, and it was good to see that Raphinha, he had the whole of the first half off. Lamine Yamal, he had some part of the first half off before coming in to replace Dani Rodriguez, of course. And then Pedri, we saw that Hansi Flick, I think he had it pre-planned to just give each of Pedri and Frankie de Jong 45 minutes each, and that was what he did. We saw a masterful performance from Frankie in the second half. Barca were very much better in the second half than we were in the first half, but once again we have gotten the job done. We have come back from the dead. Once again we have gotten the 3 points with 4 games remaining in La Liga, guys. 34 games into the season, Barca are very much in the driving seat. We are 7 points ahead of our closest challengers, Real Madrid, ahead of their game against Celta on Sunday, and we are very much in the driving seat. The next game is going to be an important one, guys, a very important one, because it's El Clasico at the Montjuic, with Barca having the opportunity of basically sealing the league title, or Madrid having the chance to make this league title a very interesting one, because first of all, they have to do their job against Celta, though. So right now, Barca are still very much in the driving seat. Heavily rotated side tonight, which we knew that Hansi Flick had little to no option. He had to rotate because the injuries are piling up, guys. The fatigue is setting in. So many games have been played by the players this season, and you need your best version for the biggest games, guys, because Inter, they think they're going to have it easy on Tuesday, but trust me, guys, with what this team has been doing this season, they won't have it all their way on Tuesday, because Barca will be going to Italy for the win. And we have seen that even though we had to rely on our star players to win the game in the end, because of course Raphinha came on, he got the equalizer, very important equalizer for us in a very key moment of the game. He got the equalizer. Lamine Yamal had a role to play in the goal as well. Then Gerard Martin, a beautiful cross into the 18-yard box, and it was beautifully slotted in by Fermin Lopez. Nice to see Fermin finally score a goal after missing so many chances in recent weeks, guys. It's really nice to see that he has scored a goal finally, and hopefully that will be able to boost his confidence and also make him to be more clinical in this remaining stages of the season, because we need all our players to be active, bro. We need everybody to be on deck. But once again, it has been a very good performance from Barca. It was not vintage Barca by any sense of the word, but we did the most important thing, which was to get the 3 points. And guys, let's not deceive ourselves. At this point of the season, even in as much as we want the sparkling football that Barca usually delivers, this is a critical point whereby all the hard work we have done this season, all the beautiful football we have played this season, if we lose games at this point of the season, it's going to cost us trophies. And only winners are remembered in football, guys. Don't forget that only winners are remembered. So I know a lot of fans will complain that this is not the way Barca should win unconvincingly, but the character, the mentality that this team has been showing is enough positive for us at this point, because it has not been easy, guys. I know it's not only Barca that has played a lot of games, but the players have been through hell. The fixture list has been a mess, and of course you can see that a lot of players are going down injured. So easily they are going down injured because the fixture schedule has been so tight. So it's good to see that at this point of the season we are still in with a chance of winning that much converted treble, because we have drawn closer to winning the league title this season, and then we are still in the Champions League, guys. Don't forget, on Tuesday is going to be the big one, guys. The big one is going to be on Tuesday, and we have the opportunity to make yet another final, our first final, which is going to be our first final in 10 years. The last time we were in the final was when we won the treble under Luis Enrique. And of course, I believe that the rotations that Hansi Flick has done today, even though he had to call on some of his starting players later in the game, of course, it was nice to see that the likes of Inigo, Martinez and Cubarsi, they are fully rested, guys. There was no Balde in the squad tonight. He should be fully ready for Inter on Tuesday. No Lewandowski as well. At least worst case scenario, I expect Lewandowski to be fit enough for the bench on Tuesday. So let's go, guys. Fingers crossed. Let's see the response and which version of Barca is going to turn up on Tuesday, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. Who was your man of the match tonight? Do you feel like Gerard Martin deserved the MVP of the game award, or do you feel like the MVP should have gone to someone else? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça. Adios.